Hey guys, Euroslam back with another video. Today we're previewing the Toronto Raptors. That's right guys, we're a few short days away from the NBA season resuming. The Raptors are playing Lakers this Saturday, and today's video we're talking all about the Raptors, what to look forward to, what to expect when the season begins. We're all excited, let's go. First up, look at the Raptors starting lineup. Now, realistically, there's a lot of different ways that Nick Nurse could go for a starting lineup. He has such a deep team, there's literally 9 to 12 players who are all going to be looking for playing time. When it comes to it, Lowry's going to be your starting point guard, Siakam's going to be the starting power forward, but what about the wing players? Van Fleet's played a lot of time at the 2, but Norman Powell has been great too, and Van Fleet's a huge weapon coming off the bench. What about OG Anunoby? Is he slated to play the 3? He could play the 2 as well, or even the 4. Then look at the center position, you got Marc Gasol or Serge Ibaka. And Nick Nurse has even talked about going super big, like having Siakam play the 3, Ibaka play the 4, and Gasol play the 5. There's so many ways you could do, and expect the first 8 season games, a lot of moving around, a lot of different lineups they're going to try out, and come playoff time, it could be totally different. Now you have to admit, the Raptors have one of the deepest, if not the deepest, bench and the deepest team overall in the league. It's actually ridiculous. Matt Thomas, a terrific 3-point shooter. You could even slate him at the shooting guard. Because if you had OG playing the 3, Lowry playing the 1, they're both terrific defenders. So you wouldn't have to worry too much about Matt Thomas being a liability on defense. Now, what about other players? What about Chris Boucher? He's coming in looking for playing time. Going to be our second free agent, as well as Gasol and Ibaka becoming free agents. They're looking for playing time. Now keep an eye on the Raptors' big man rotation. Both Gasol and Ibaka are healthy, so it'd be difficult for Boucher to find minutes, but Boucher gained 15 pounds of muscle during his time off, while Gasol did the opposite. He's lost a significant amount of weight to thin down, and is ready to be more agile. All 3 of these big men are upcoming free agents, so Raptors have some decisions to make. There's a good chance that Gasol or Ibaka will leave. I think Gasol's probably head towards a contender, while Ibaka seems to love Toronto, so there's a chance for Boucher to prove himself, and next year he can be the backup center. Now that Kawhi's gone to the Clippers, a big question mark was who was going to be the go-to guy for the Raptors in the 4th quarter when they need to get a bucket. Now Kyle Lowry's been a terrific leader for the Raptors, but looks like Siakam has become that guy. This guy has literally superstar potential. Every single year he's consistently gotten better, and this year's playoffs are going to be a huge chance for him to prove himself. If Siakam actually becomes the star the Raptors need, with depth they have, this team's going to be dangerous. I don't think people south of the border when it comes to fans and even other teams realize how deadly this Raptors team is, how dangerous they're actually going to be in the playoffs. They have a legitimate chance to repeat as champions this year. Teams better watch out and they better be ready. Don't take the Raptors lightly. These guys are for real. The Raptors have been facing adversity all year long. When Kawhi left in free agency, people questioned, do the Raptors even have a chance? The answer is clearly yes. They've been terrific all year long. Despite multiple injuries, having different lineups, they have a record of 46-18, good for 2nd in the East, just behind the Milwaukee Bucks. Thanks to a fantastic job by Nick Nurse and the coaching staff, and in my opinion, he's definitely Coach of the Year. This Raptors team has great chemistry, and it only helped they arrived 2 weeks early to training camp thanks to having to cross the border and quarantine for 2 weeks. And don't be surprised, the Raptors look a lot more fluid on the court than most other teams. Now here's a fun fact too, Patrick McCaw looks to be the first player since 1999 to win 4 championships in a row. Steve Kerr was the last to do it when he won 3 with the Bulls and 1 with the Spurs. Now Patrick McCaw won 2 with the Warriors before joining the Raptors to win a championship last year. Don't expect to see him get a lot of playing time, but he will be ready if an injury occurs, and he's a solid role player. Let's take a look at the Raptors' schedule for the 8 remaining games before the playoffs. Now first off, the Boston Celtics are 3 games behind the Raptors for that 2nd place, so some of these games will actually be quite crucial as the Raptors want to remain in 2nd spot. First up, the Raptors will play the Lakers on Saturday, August 1st at 8:30. From there, they'll play the Heat, the Magic, then a huge game on the 7th against the Boston Celtics. Then they'll play the Grizzlies, the Bucks, the 76ers, and then finally end the season on the 14th against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at the standings, the Raptors seem locked in to finish either 2nd or 3rd, but odds are they'll probably hold on to the 2nd spot, setting up a rematch of last year's first round playoff matchup with the Orlando Magic. After that is where things get tough. The Raptors and Celtics seem to be headed for an inevitable 2nd round showdown, and the Celtics, just like the Raptors, are quite deep. Now, despite lacking in size, they do have two very dangerous scorers in Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum, who seems to be on his way to becoming a borderline superstar in this league. Now, the Celtics are my dark horse team in the playoffs, but this series could realistically go either way. I expect it to come down to at least 6 or 7 games, and from there it'll come down to who's stronger in the fourth quarter to take the series. Although people expect the Bucks to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, we can't count out the Heat and the Sixers either. There's legitimately 5 teams that all could win the East this year. It seems the Raptors' road to winning a second championship is a tough one, but the Raptors are a real threat to repeat this year thanks to depth, experience, heart, talent, and a terrific coaching staff. So watch out, guys. The Raptors are coming.